Hello again everyone. So in this lecture, we will discuss about the various ways of passing an argument or a parameter to a function. Like what we have already learned is that a function can either pass a parameter or it can even pass zero parameter. And so in order to understand exactly like what is a parameter, okay, we'll first discuss about these two, the actual parameter and the formal parameter. Right. The parameter that you pass in the function call is referred to as the actual parameter, whereas the parameters that you pass in the function that you receive, in the function definition is referred to as a formal parameter. For you to clearly understand this, let me take this simple example. Fine, so I have taken this example of finding the area of a rectangle. Okay, so this here, whenever your function name starts with df, that means this is your function definition. This here is the function call. So what happens is the value and everything that you receive from the keyboard, that will be stored here. Okay, and then it will be passed to length and breadth. This is actually the original value. Length and breadth is where you store the original value. Now, what we are doing here is from the function call, we pass a duplicate copy. We pass a duplicate copy of length to L and we pass a duplicate copy of breadth to B. It can have same name or it can have a different name. You'll learn about the difference later. So that's why what happened is this here, the parameter that you pass, fine, in the function call is referred to the actual parameter because this is actually the original value where the operation is supposed to be carried out. But the value is then passed, duplicate copy of that is passed to your function definition. This is where the actual operation will be performed. So that is why this here, the parameter here are referred to as a formal parameter, whereas the parameter here are referred to as the actual parameter. So now, in function, there are different ways of passing an argument, fine, from the function call to the function definition. That means you will be passing the parameter from the function call and you will be receiving it in the function definition. These are the four different ways of passing your parameter in Python. One is the required argument or the positional argument. Second one is the default argument. Then you have the keyword arguments, and then you have the variable length or the multiple argument type. We'll discuss about this one by one. Right. So in your required argument, what we have here, this is a simple example that I have taken. In required argument, what you have, this is actually a very simple concept. Fine. What you do is in your function call here, you pass some parameter, say for example a, b and c. And in your function definition, df means your function definition, you just have to receive those parameter. Fine, that's a simple concept. Whatever you pass from here, this a value will be assigned to p, copy of b will be assigned to q, and a duplicate copy of c will be assigned to r. As simple as that. And likewise, we'll have to also follow the same order, the same sequence. That means a value will be allotted to, will be assigned to p, not q or not r. B likewise will be assigned to Q and C will be assigned to R. Fine. So this is the meaning of your required argument or your positional requirement, because we will be passing the parameter also based on the position. Position number 1 goes to position 1 here. Position 2, position 2, position number 3 goes to position number 3. That's it. This is a very simple concept. So you need to remember, you have to follow the total numbers of argument passed. It has to be same. Second point, the order of the argument pass also have to be the same. So those are the only thing that you have to keep in mind. The order has to be the same and the total number of arguments that are passed from the function call to the function definition have to be exactly the same. Okay, the next one. Second one is the default argument. Fine. In the default argument, what happened is, this is the example that I've taken. This will be your function call. This here df means your function definition. What happened is, in my function call I have passed only one value, numbr. Fine. So this number will be assigned to numbr in the function definition. See here, I am passing only one argument. But what I want to do is, I want to use another value here, which I have given the name as value itself. I want to use another value in my function definition. So this possibility is accepted in your Python. And this type of passing an argument where you pass less number of argument in the function call, whereas in the function definition you will be accepting more number. So there will be less number here, whereas there is more here. So this type is referred to as a default argument. Normally what happens is, a few example, when you are dealing with constant value, say if you have to find the area of a triangle, fine, area of a circle, sorry, let's take the simple one. Area of a circle, if you remember, is 2 pi r square, right? This is the area of your circle. Now what I'll do is, pi, I already know that this is a constant value. So pi here is a constant value which is equal to 3.145. So what I'll do is, I don't need to pass this over and over again, but the value of the radius here will keep on changing, right? So what I will do in here is that instead of this number, I'll pass the radius value, and in here, okay, we will be accepting the, you can give the same name or different name, the radius value. Now this value, instead of value here, according to this example, instead of this value, I will be using a pi. So this will be the best example when you are dealing with a constant value where you already know that the value will remain fixed throughout. Fine. So what you can do is, you can implement your default argument concept here. That means passing the argument by default value. So you'll pass only the value that will be changed, and whereas the constant value, you need not pass it from the function call, but you just have to mention it in the function definition and use it there. What we can conclude from this is that a default argument is used, fine, I mean this particular technique of passing an argument is used when a value is not mentioned in the function call, but it is mentioned in the function definition. Another thing that you have to keep in mind, that the order here have to be followed. Right? The order have to be followed. Suppose if I have two arguments, under the radius I have the number 1 and another number which is number 2. So in this case, what I have is, I'll be passing this number here, and in here, before your constant value, you need to specify the value of number 2 here. So it will be number 1 followed by number 2 and then followed by your default argument. So it will always be the positional argument that will be specified first. I mean, whatever is already passed from the function call have to be specified first, and then after that, what happens is, you will have your default value. Fine. So this is regarding the second type of passing an argument in a function. Third category of passing an argument in a function is the keyword argument. Fine. In keyword argument, in the previous two example, what happened in the previous two category, you need to remember that the number of argument has to be the same, right? And likewise, the number of parameter that you pass here have to follow a specific order, and it has to have the same number of argument. It has to, whereas in default, it has to follow the same order. Whereas in this third category of passing an argument, which is the keyword argument, here what happens is, you are provided with the flexibility. You are provided with the flexibility that you don't have to follow the correct order or the correct sequence in order to include your variable or your literal. I'll just call it variable, fine, in general from now on. So you don't have to follow a specific rules, a specific order, that is. You don't have to follow a specific order in order to assign the value in your parameter. Right? Example of this for you to clearly understand is this. Say I've started first with the function definition because this will remain the same. So this is define student. Say for example, I want to gather the particular information from a student. Name of student, which will be in string. Age of a student in integer, and height of a student, which will be in double. And this will be your real number. The name, the age, and the height. So what I'm expecting here, I'm expecting the function call to pass me the value for name, value for age, and the value for height. Fine. So here I have taken two examples. First possibility is that your function call here will pass you the value with exactly the same, in exactly the same order. Fine. This is one possibility. And you pass name here is equal to Mary, age equal to 16, height equal to 154.4, say centimeter. So this name will be passed here, age here, and likewise the height here. So this one follows exactly the same order. So this is not a problem. Okay, but another possibility, it's not necessarily like what I've already mentioned for you to follow exactly the same order. You can follow any order, but the only thing that you have to keep in mind in keyword argument is that the name, that means the parameter name that you assign, okay, the parameter name that you use in the function definition and the name that you use here in the function call, they have to be exactly the same, because when your interpreter will search for say name, and if this name is not available here, then your interpreter will not know where to assign this Mary to. Right? So that is the only thing that you have to remember. The name, the parameter name in both the function call and the function definition have to be exactly the same. Then only it will be possible for you to define it this way. I have the function called student name followed by here age. I've not started it with name, but I've started it with age. So when your interpreter come across this, your interpreter will go directly search for the parameter which have the same name age. So this is what we have. So this 16 then will be assigned to age. After that we have name. Interpreter will check for the parameter which have the same name. So name, it will assign Mary to that. Likewise, it will assign height. So it can be in any order. Fine. So this is the flexibility provided in keyword argument. The only thing that you have to remember is that your parameter name has to be exactly the same in function call as well as in your function definition. Function call as well as in the function definition. The fourth concept here, the fourth ways that mean of passing an argument to a parameter is the variable length or the multiple argument types of parameter. This one here allows you to combine the features of the first three ways of passing an argument that we have already discussed. That means it combines the features of the required parameter or the positional parameter and the keyword parameter. Fine. For you to clearly understand this, I'll take this simple example from the textbook. Fine. And then we'll find out what are the various means that you'll have to, what are the ways, actually what are the rules that you'll have to follow when you use this type of argument. I mean the variable length or the multiple argument. Okay, this is first example from the book. But before we start with this, please remember here that in your multiple argument here, what you need to do is you always need to follow one simple rule. The simple rule is that whenever you have say both the positional as well as the default value here, the keyword value. In this part case, the positional argument will always have to appear first. Fine. The positional argument have to appear first followed by any other argument later on. That's the only point that you have to remember. Okay, the first example here. This is your function definition. Okay, this is your function definition, define interest. And in here, what your function definition is expecting is PRIN for the principal, then CC here, followed by time, followed by rate. This is what your function definition is expecting from the function call. In this case, your function call interest here will pass only two value PRIN and the CC value. So PRIN value will be assigned to this 3000. CC here equal to 5 will be assigned to this. Okay, this here acts as a, which type of argument? Acts as a keyword argument. Where what happen is two value will be passed, it will follow the same order. Whereas the extra value here is assigned only in the function definition. It is not available in the function call, and it is available only in the function definition. Fine. So this one here is it actually behaves like that where you pass the keyword argument. Okay. Second one. The same definition here. Now second one, what I've done is I've passed the rate, I have passed the principal, I have passed the CC. In this case, what happens is this here is not following any particular order, right? Which is still accepted. All this here are treated as your keyword argument. Okay, so it doesn't have to follow any specific order. So rate is there, rate here. Okay, in this case, see what happens is if we have the rate, if rate is passed from here like 0.12 and here we already have a rate 0.09. So what happens, since we are passing the value from the function call to the function definition, now this rate value will be equal to 0.12. So this 0.9 here, 0.9 will be overwritten by 0.12. Please remember that. You're passing this, so this actual value will overwrite here. Fine, and your formal parameter will be 0.12. Then principal will be assigned here 5000. CC is assigned here. So this time here will be your keyword value. Okay. Next one. Okay, fine. This is legal. We'll go to the next type, which is illegal. Fine. Okay, this one. Yeah, starting with the first one, interest here. See here, what we are passing is, we expect the function call to pass as value for principal, CC, time and rate. Here, okay, in the function call we have rate 0.05 followed by 5000. Now if only a value without a name is passed, okay, 5000 and 3, that means these two are here positional argument, right? They are the positional parameter. So what I've already mentioned is that the first rules, the only simple rule that you need to follow is, whenever you have a positional parameter, that have to be assigned first. So that 5000 here will come first, followed by 3, followed by rate. Then only 5000 will be assigned to principal. This 3 will be assigned to CC. So in this case, this is referred to as illegal. There will be an error. Next error that you might come across when you use this is, okay, 5000 is correct. Okay, this will then be assigned to principal. But what happened? We have another one here, PRINC. So what happened is, you cannot use two exact name in your function call. You cannot have more than one value for the same name. That means, okay, you cannot have more than one value for the same name. So 5000 here is allotted to PRIN, whereas another one here, okay, a duplicate value is assigned here. So this will also be an error. Third one, fine. Here what we have is 5000 is assigned from here. It's passed to PRINC. Principal is assigned here, okay, equal to 300. But if you look at the function definition, there is no variable that is referred to as a principal. There is no name. Fine, there is no such name as principal. So this here is also an error. Undefined name used because principal is not a parameter. It is not accepted here. It's not defined here. Fine. So if it's defined, if it's available here, then it has to be defined in the function body as well. Okay, and the next one is regarding the interest. Regarding the interest here, okay, 500, you're passing it as principal. Time here is 2, which is already given. Okay, it's the same thing. Rate is 0.5, so this will be overwritten. Now see, CC value, fine, it's not assigned here. So like what I've already mentioned, it have to be passed from the function call, then only will be able to carry out the operation in the function body. So here, less number of argument is passed. You expect a principal, a CC, a time and rate, but only the principal is passed, fine. Time and rate, even if it's not passed, fine, because see here, this is a default keyword. Whereas CC expects some value from the function call, but it is not specified. Okay, so that is why this is an error. Okay, so these are the 4 different ways of passing an argument in a function. Thank you very much.